Welcome to another day in the Matrix. Waters above crypto. We're all getting a big red pill today, a bloody Friday across the board. This is a classic shakeout. Gets everyone nice and sweaty before this market takes off to new highs. If you're worried about what's going on right now or scared about all the red in your portfolio, just know I'm sending you love and high vibrations. And if this is the type of price action that gets you excited, it's because you're one of the wolves. The waters above wolves. You guys love seeing blood in the streets, as I also do. You're one of the people telling all your friends right now to buy that dip. Annoying everyone. So anyways, if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria, Numerology, and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe. Give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. Also, if you'd like to join the Mastermind course, my email's in the description below. Lifetime access to the Mastermind and a promo code in the pinned comment below. So, this is fine. Let's get into some code. So today's date being April 16th, 2021, with the 16 in the rules of numerology. Date numerology being 16 on the 16th day. And then also, if I was to add up the date as such, 4 plus 16 plus 20 plus 21, we are getting 61, which is the mirror of 16, as above, so below. And this 61 makes me think of a very important guy. This guy with the 61. And the 61 and also the 18 in Chaldean. And the connection here with the 18 comes back to Venus. The Venus with the 18. And this is important stuff because this is all connected. The Venus being connected to the Jesus with the 61. Today being the 16th, and this 16th date lands on a Friday, and Friday is Viernes, or Venus. And also we are in the month of April, which is the month of Venus. So we're getting a lot of Venus connection to all of this. Another thing that's important to know is Venus has the 27, and that's something that's going to show up in a second. I'm going to type in the date as such, April 16, 2021, and we're going to get the 27 in Chaldean. And that 27 is important because it mirrors the number 72. And you're going to see how this all unfolds, because the mirror of 27 equaling 72 comes back to this shitcoin. So you have 72, 45, 144, 36, and 35. And I'm going to show you how these numbers are important, because 144 connects to our friends. 144. It also has a connection with the 72s. So you're seeing 144, 144, 72, 72, and then the as above, so below with the 45 and 54. It's a connection here. Also, another important thing that I've been looking more into is these Jewish ciphers and how they can be used and applied. And with our favorite shitcoin, you get the 42, and the 42 connecting you back to our friends with the 42. And also another critical thing to take into consideration is what this is all being ran by, which is psychopaths that follow a system they organized. And I won't say it, but we have the 105 and also the 42. So the 42 coming back into Dogecoin 42 and also coming back to Jesuit 42. And this is where it's extremely critical that everyone opens their mind, because we have the 105. And today, of course, is the 105th day of the year. I'll end that decode there and we'll get into the charts. So XRP just gave everyone a red pill today, and I am so happy that we got that pullback. It was something I was anticipating personally. You've heard it time and time again in every video I've made. And now I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart, and we're going to see the significance of this red trend line that I've had drawn. And you could go back and watch every video I've done in the last week, and you'll see this red trend line holding a very significant role in my work. And I was mentioning how we were seeing resistance at this 2618 after we got above the 1618. We essentially hit that price of 196 and then pulled back to this red trend line again. And you could see earlier we even had dips below the trend line, but now we danced around it and we had a nice volume supported bounce out of it. And if you go to the 4 hour chart, which is way more important, you can see the 4 hour candle the candle body didn't even touch this line. So we're looking pretty decent right now. I'm going to break down a little bit with Fibonacci and how we could apply the Fibonacci retracement tool to see what's going on here. And first things first, what I'm going to do is go from this high over here around $1.12, and I'm going to pull a fib from the swing high down to the swing low, which was right here. And you're going to see some important things, okay? So this is showing me that right here, the 4236 being around basically the high that we saw. So that 4236 of this fib pull from the $1.11 range down to the 85, where we had the swing high to swing low in this fractal that we broke out of, you can see, look at this, we get up to the 1618, break through it, come back down to retest it, and then pop up, okay? Once you break above the 1618 and then back test it with a volume supported breakout, you could anticipate the 4236 is the next level you'd go. So this makes a ton of sense. It would just take a little bit of technical analysis experience to know that this was the way that it would all shake out. And now that we're here, we have our trend line, and you can see that we're very healthy above the 2618. We didn't quite come to back test the 1618, but which is really good about this is if we hold this red trend line, you could consider this dip right here to just be confirming this previous resistance as a support. So you can see if I hold my line right here, my cursor, we got resistance around this $1.48 level. We broke down, formed a cup and a handle, had this little cup and handle pattern on a shorter time frame. You could see it was resistance again right here. After we formed the handle, we went on to new highs. And then when we broke out and came back down this morning, if you look at where my cursor is at the bottom of these wicks, it's basically the area that we were at. If I hold at the top right here, you can see that the bodies of the 1 hour candles are perfectly supported at this $1.48 level. So again, all the people that say technical analysis is bullshit and all that, just look at the work we're doing here. You know, this isn't my opinion, this isn't my emotion. This is just the facts. This is the facts in the charts. You don't need any other nonsense going on. I showed you, this is why the Doge pump is happening. This is who's coordinating it. Elon and all of his friends, they are part of this team. Team take over humanity. Now, it doesn't matter if you're making money or not making money in how this goes. My channel's to tell you the reasons why this is all happening. Of course, it matters that you're making money. I am so happy for every single person that's making money off of Dogecoin right now. I could care less, though. It's all distraction to me. I'm focused on 5 years, 10 years out. That's what I'm worried about when it comes to this market. And these parabolic blow-offs that some of these cryptos have where they never backtest any of their levels for support, they typically crash pretty hard. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if that hypodermic top that forms on Dogecoin gets popped. But anyways, I don't want to focus on distractions today. We're focusing on what matters, and that is XRP. So what I'm seeing here now that we've popped up to this 4236, got our resistance, and then came back down to back test a previous level of resistance. This is a nice confirmation, but we need to hold this red trend line, and we also need to make new highs. Because if we don't hold this trend line and make new highs soon, it's going to form a head and shoulders pattern on a bigger time frame, and that could get ugly. So I'll move on to some other things that we could look into. We'll remove this Fibonacci. And then one thing that I want to show is if I pull a fib from the breakout level bottom low, which was right here, if I pull it from that area where we started to really make moves up to our high, which is around $1.96, you can see where we came back was perfect at the 0.5 Fibonacci. That's amazing. So that's really good. Although pullbacks can go as low as the 618, all the way as low as the 786. So again, like I'm saying, we need to see a hold of this trend line and make newer highs. You could consider right here to be some sort of downtrending resistance. This level, it could be. I don't really, it's hard to, do that on really small time frames, but this could be something to keep an eye out for. If we bump up to this level and make a new lower high, that's something to watch out for, because that could mean that we're building, we're going to confirm this as a downtrending resistance, and there's potential for further continuation to the downside. But with that being said, we've got two check marks. One check mark is pulling back to retest a previous resistance and confirm it as a support. So far, so good. Then we've held this trend line as a support. That's really good because we started at 1, came back 2, and this would be 3. 3 touch points on a trend line confirms it as a trend line for good. I would anticipate if we get a daily close today above this trend line, we're looking pretty solid. And judging by the fact that from the bottom wick to where we're at right now, we're up 16%. I know it looks weird because my chart is on the 1 hour, but we're like doing really, this is a really nice bounce. I'll leave it at that. So that 0.5 retest right here at the $1.40 level was textbook on the 0.5 Fibonacci. If you guys are new and you're trying to learn technical analysis and this work of Fibonacci and all this other stuff is confusing to you, I go over all this stuff in my mastermind course. It's from beginner level when we start setting up charts to learning the indicators, all the way up to really advanced stuff where you use the Gematria and astrology application. So again, if any of this is confusing to you, feel free to email me in the description. It could help you out by getting you onboarded into the course. Another thing that I'm looking for now is upside targets. I'm sure you're all wondering, like, where are we going next? And the way we can do that is I'm going to pull a fib from the top current high down to this wick low we just experienced. And remember the title of video a couple days ago where I was talking about a $2.30 XRP? Look at this, the 1618 golden ratio, Fibonacci golden ratio, $2.30 on the nose. So this is the next big target. And the way this is going to work is you have your golden pocket right here between 185 and 175. We're probably going to need to touch into here, play around a little bit into here, get up above the 786, and this moment right here we would call spring in Wyckoff accumulation, and then you would have continuation to new highs, and the first target you would anticipate is the $2.30 level once you break the previous high. Now we could literally see this all go down like 100% textbook, and I would consider that a really good call from a technical perspective. $2.30 XRP, and then we'll take it from there when we get there. But for now, that was a nice little dip. By the end of this video, we might be at $1.70. So I'm going to move on to Bitcoin for one moment, and then I'm going to finish up this video because I'm sure you guys have seen enough today with all this blood. I'm going to go to the daily chart. We could see this parallel channels playing out really nicely. And we have this red trend line that we look like we broke out of fully on the 11th to 12th of April. We came above it, then back tested it, and then had this nice big green candle. But what we're seeing right now is a push down, and there's clearly some resistance here at this level. So what we could do is take these previous 3 highs, and we could kind of like anticipate that this might be an actual like rising wedge and that's bearish. But again, during a bull market, things that are typically bearish end up being bullish, unfortunately. What I was seeing with MACD, still looking good. MACD being crossed to the upside, healthy, and RSI still above 50, even though it's pulling back down, still very healthy. This could actually go sideways for a moment, and then, like I was saying to everyone, on the 117th day of the year is where I anticipate Bitcoin to move up to that $70,000 range. I'll make a full-blown video on that probably starting next week, like a little Bitcoin decode for everyone, because I know it's been a while and I have a lot of new people who've joined this community. One thing I will show though is if I remove the drawings and then I put up my indicators, I'm seeing a really nice healthy back test of this blue moving average, which is the 13 EMA on the daily. This 13 EMA typically gets back tested in the severe pullbacks of an uptrend. So again, we could be on an uptrend but see a pullback to that moving average. You could see it right here. You see this big green day? On February 8th, we pulled back into the 13 EMA. You see this day right here, January 4th, we pulled back into the 13 EMA, and then from there, we went up another 50%. So if that was the case, if we just copied that fractal right now, we'd be looking at 50% to the upside. Oof. Okay, no. I'm sorry, but no, that's probably not happening. But this shows you this 13 EMA is like no joke. Oh my God, 90,000. Okay, well if Bitcoin goes to 90,000, then like, I mean, that would be pretty wild. That's not my prediction, by the way. That was just me showing you what happened after we had this big liquidation event into the 13 EMA and then continued for another 50% to the upside. So I'm not looking for 90,000 right now. I'm looking for 70,000 first and then 72,000 because 72 comes back to, you know, Bitcoin 72, and this is all connected back with the Jesuits, like I was saying with Dogecoin 72, Bitcoin 72. It actually follows a lot of the same ciphers. Okay, 36s also match. It's not a joke, guys. Like this stuff is all tied to the New World Order. I'm going to leave it at that though. If you guys would like to learn more about cryptocurrencies and how to do technical analysis, also how to utilize the esoteric code of Gematria to be able to determine what dates and what prices we'll hit on that cryptocurrency before it gets there, you can join my mastermind course by contacting me in the description box. My email will be there. And there's also a promo code in the pinned comment below. Make sure to put Waters above in the email to get a discount for lifetime access to the course. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Enjoy buying this blood in the streets, not financial advice, of course. And enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.